So, welcome to something a little bit different today. Welcome to Railcar Restorers on the Road. This is a little kind of series that's going to go on as we are doing stuff with the channel. It's basically a series where we're going to go do various things at other railways, whether it be to enjoy maybe certain DMU units like we are today, find out a little bit more information, bring that information to you, or if it's a little bit more work related. So welcome to Railcar Restorers on the Road. It's a little bit more, going to be a little bit more of a, dare I say, a vlog style, so a little bit more kind of less about the work and more about us and the experience. So leave a comment if you really don't like it, and we'll try and put it into a format which is more like the other videos. But if you like it, leave a like on the video. And to start us off, I'm off to Leicester, so let's hit the road. What this video is going to be about. It's currently Saturday. Didn't do this intro on Friday just because we got a little bit too busy. I kept riding around on the rail car that they put out for all the owners group, which is a kind of a way of saying thank you to all of us that work on them really hard and allow us to network with each other, talk, share notes and stuff like that for the benefit of everyone pretty much. So yeah, that's what you're going to get all weekend. And I said I was going to Leicester, but Leicester, Loughborough, they're quite close and they're bigger than the net. Right. So, right, mate.
Basically, welcome to Rail Restorers on the Railcar Restorers on the Move. Here we are, as Johnny says, at the Great Central Railway for the Railcar Convention, which is taking place as well. And just as an extra lovely thing, we have a real ale weekend on the go up here at the moment. So, pint glass at the ready.
And it's a 3-day weekend event, obviously like I said before, with Iris as the visiting DMU alongside the 2 resident Metcam units, which are running with one with a 117 centre car and the other with a 111 trailer car.
Just have the bridge. So I'd say take up to about 15, might be 4
Oh, right.
Although I came on days ago, yesterday I was in inside the locker. So every year,
I spotted that, nobody else spotted it.
every year, 7604 people pile around and try they invite all the people that have they have a headboard that have made 7604 locomotive company that says this headboard.
And now we are going to go over for an interview with Bruce Pollard, who heads the Renaissance Railcars. Hello and welcome to the GC Railcar weekend with Railcar Restorers on tour. Today is the last day of the event, and Bruce Pollard has kindly agreed to answer some questions about the resident DMUs under the care of Renaissance Railcars. Bruce?
Hello there.
How and why was Renaissance Railcars formed?
Well, back in the sort of 80s and 90s, the Great Central had a railcar, former bedpan unit that did quite a lot of miles, but eventually this fell into disrepair and was taken out of service. And a couple of us thought it would be a good idea to see if we could get something a bit newer, a better condition and more standard type of equipment. So in 2002 we had launched an appeal for donations to buy a 2-car unit, which happens to be a Metro Camel Class 101, and we ended up with enough money to buy 2x2, and that was the start of Renaissance Railcars.
Right, okay. Where did your railcars come from?
They were former Sandite vehicles, and they had been stored for a little while at Derby Etches Park Depot, and they at the time belonged to Railtrack.
It's going back.
Yes, it's going back, and so we had to negotiate with Railtrack about the purchase, which was at the time quite difficult. A big organisation was not all that keen about selling to a small amateur group, but eventually we got there. So, and there was a line of, if I remember, 10 vehicles in one siding, and we were allowed to survey and pick the best 4, and also get some spares off the others, which have proved really useful over the years.
Right, excellent. What challenges have you faced restoring your railcars? The prime examples.
Well, the first 2-car came into traffic quite quick because they'd been Sandite and because they'd been stored. They had they were filthy underneath with the Sandite substance and goo, and there were broken windows and there were seats missing. But we had a lot of people who were very keen, and so a lot of volunteers, a lot of people from around the railway came, and there was a real big effort and got this launched. But what happens after that, people get a little bit bored or they move on to other things. So a challenge really has been sort of like keeping up enough volunteer hours, shall we say, to maintain the 2 sets that we now run, and also to try and make progress on projects and overhauling what we've got. So I think, like a lot of groups, you start with best intentions and people sort of commit to help you, but it sort of withers away a bit, and then it's slow progress rather than quick progress.
Well, that leads on to my next question, is how many regular volunteers do you have, did you say?
Ooh. Well, there's probably, regular volunteer-wise, I think probably about 10 of us. Okay. But then there are quite a few volunteers from other areas of the railway who occasionally come and do a few hours or a day. So that, so if you've got a sort of project on, that helps boost the numbers up. But there are not many of us.
Right, okay, well, so folks, if you're in the Midlands, in the Loughborough area, give Bruce a shout, or can give us a shout through Railcar Restorers, we'll put you in touch. What future plans do you have for the fleet? Obviously, we've talked about the 120 centre car and your 101 trailer over the weekend. Can you expand on those, please?
Yes, if I do the trailer first of all, we had the option to buy a Metro Camel Class 101 driving trailer. There are quite a lot around, but this one we've bought and are going to use it as a sort of, I don't know how to describe it really, it's going to have a sort of a use as a sort of social event. I'm fitting a bar to it, and it will have a sort of, it will be a bit like a special coach. The railway has a lot of loco-hauled special coaches for special parties, weddings, things like that.
Where the money is, basically.
Yes, yeah, where the money is. So we thought, slightly tongue-in-cheek, that we could develop our own sort of much simpler but interesting sort of party coach, if you want to call it that can be joined onto the other sets that people could hire for a much less price than a luxury product that most of the railways offer.
Yeah,
So,
the DMU is cheaper to put out, might bring people into the range of being able to afford that. It's a great idea.
so we think there's probably quite a market for groups of anything between, shall we say, 15 and comfortably perhaps 40 people to travel up and down the line attached to a train that's already running.
And of course, with a great view out the front.
Indeed,
yes. Bonus.
Yes.
Bonus. Oh, that's good. And anything you can say about the 120?
Yes, the 120 is a long-running saga. It's a unique coach, the only surviving Swindon cross-country vehicle. It's been here for many, many years, but out of use. It's recently transferred ownership to the Great Central Railway from a private owner, and it is becoming under our custodianship. The coach has blue asbestos, and we're about to undertake a survey with contractors of how much it's going to cost to remove that blue asbestos and work on a plan to return this coach to traffic in the next few years. It's early days, but the railway itself is committed to keeping the coach because it's historic. It doesn't match our other vehicles, but we have the Class 111 Metro Camel buffet, which is unique, and therefore I quite like the idea of another unique buffet, so you've got two sets.
Very unique vehicles.
I know. And then, hopefully in not too many years we'll be able to go from Ruddington at Great Central North, of course, through to Leicester, so that's a good long journey where a nice historic buffet car in the DMU would be very useful.
Looking forward to that days, yes, indeed. How is the restoration coming along of Class 121 Bubble 55009, and is this unit planned to work the Mount Sorrel branch?
Yes, the Mount Sorrel branch we feel needs its own train, and a bubble car is ideal. And we were looking for quite a while. We didn't really have the funds to buy a fully restored one, if one was for sale. We were offered the one that was previously at the Mid-Norfolk Dairy, where the owner was looking to sell it, which is sort of mechanically complete and able to run and operate, but had a poor body. So obviously that was a less costly purchase. So the body is receiving a lot of welding and internal sort of rebuilding, which is being undertaken at the carriage works at Rothley, and there's probably about 2/3 complete as we sit here today with the welding work. So we're expecting to launch that really probably early next year. Fingers crossed.
Okay, yes, subject to the usual caveats.
Yes.
Nice one. And just to let you know, we've thoroughly enjoyed the Railcar weekend and Railcar Association conference with the added bonus. It took place at the same time as the Real Ale Festival. Are you pleased with how the weekend has gone?
Yes, I am. Yes, the railway was a little bit nervous. It's fair to say the railway's commercial sort of people were a little bit nervous about, shall we say, investing in a railcar weekend on its own. But when the idea was mooted that it ran parallel with the beer festival, I think it's worked very well. Because we can offer a frequent service between the different bars that are along the line, and the rail cars can be enjoyed by the people who've come for the rail cars.
Yeah, it's a great way of connecting the bars as well.
That's right.
And that's been great.
And we managed to get, of course, Iris in as a guest, so that'll be staying here for a little while.
Oh right, okay. How long that's staying for? Do you know?
Well, at least till the end of the season, and then we'll see.
Also got a chance to come along and get some extra Iris miles in, everybody, so keep an eye on the Great Central website and on your Facebook, Renaissance Railcars.
Yes, that's it.
Well, Bruce, thanks for your time, and a big well done to you and all the other Renaissance Railcar volunteers for ensuring we can enjoy first-gen units on the Great Central Railway. Thanks for speaking to us.
Well, sure, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching this episode. We hope you've enjoyed. We've certainly had an excellent weekend here at Great Central Loughborough, riding up and down on the rail cars, the Chip-X and all the other things that have been going on at this fantastic railway. We hope you enjoyed the video, and please like and subscribe.
And here are a few clips from the rest of the weekend that we've left out so far because you enthusiasts do like your sound. So here's a few clips of a 37 that I'm sure you'll love, and a few other things of things passing each other, etc, etc.